Right, go ahead.
I don't update this phone. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. Continuing it say, and for the violence of the land of the city,
You
and
say
of,
for the violence of the land of the city, go ahead.
and of all that dwell therein.
Yeah. Because this whole place is going down with violence. And when you read Revelation 18 and I think it's 18, 21, 22, 18 verse 22, he said, and by violence shall the city go down, right? He said, he said the Lord took a stone like unto what? The angel took up a stone like unto what? A great millstone, cast it into the sea, and he said, by violence shall the city go down, right? And that is how you going down Esau Edom. See, the Lord had them Putin heart, he had them China heart, he had them all the leaders' heart against you. And you're going down.
And hey, how Esau Edom started off his whole coming back into this power through violence, and he that live by the sword must what? Die by the sword.
Yeah, it's a simple case.
So yeah, it just like it reversed back upon your head.
Yeah, it's a simple
the Lord
case.
render a recompense upon your head. Let's say, woe to him that coveted and evil covetousness to his house.
Right.
That he may set his nest on high.
That he may what?
Set his nest on high.
Yeah, because you exalt yourself above the Most High God. That is what you said in your heart. I will be like God and I will exalt myself above the stars of heaven. The stars of heaven goes back to what? The children of Israel.
And covered.
Have Yasha Allah in a low state. Right now we can't call ourselves Yasha Allah, but we getting back there now.
Can we build back now? Well, when the men of the Lord will be. Yeah, we represent.
Through the men of the Lord.
Can through the men of the Lord, through, building back that spiritual house of King David. Go ahead.
Right, and it's he that coveted and evil covetousness going into want of all things. Because we know Esau Edom, he is like, as the scripture say, he never at home. He always had a desire. He can't leave nothing.
He was abroad.
Yeah, he never keep himself home.
Never satisfied.
Yeah.
You know, it's a.
And what did scripture? What did the scripture say about Satan when you read the book of Job? When the Lord asked Satan, he said, where he was? He said, I was walking to and fro the earth. You busybody now. That is the fucking so-called white man.
That is physical counterpart.
Yeah, he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan.
It says that he may be delivered from the power of evil. But the scriptures are not saying woe. Woe means death and destruction, because he bring that to the table. He cannot escape. He can't escape that destruction. It says that thou has consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul.
So that's going to he being wicked unto him own self, unto his own
people.
His own going and throw him down.
Yeah, because I'm one about do a video pertaining to that, because they say it does not color thing again, and all of these Americans, you're black, you're white, you're yellow. Okay, it's called the Chinese yellow. So they're actually saying that, whoever the government put to take them down against them, or pertaining to the V, or the M to the O to the the rest, they against it. So they say, hey, check over 10 million of us against your government. So that will, and it's a militia who talking that. So to show you that the time we're living in, the Lord, hey, they got no regards for their kings. And the time we're living in, second Esdras, 15, go on.
The book of Nahum chapter 3.
Before you get bring out that precept. Right? And somebody give me Zechariah 1 and 14.
This is the book of Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. It says, so shall he not pollute the land wherein ye are.
And that's what you did, Esau. You pollute the land. You broke all the Lord's covenant that there is. And you pollute the land by violence. Go ahead.
It say, for blood it defileth the land.
What the blood of what? The blood of the 12 tribes of Israel first and foremost. And then he went to the other nation and did spoil them also.
Salaki, and just to add,
make them leave the agency, even though the nations is to serve Israel, but they had an agency. And they giving up the agency for your fuckery.
And Salaki, and it even going a little, from the Cain and Abel, because when Cain being Esau, in reincarnation the first blood touch the land as well is Abel, and who's a righteous man inside of the Lord. His sacrifice with the pot was acceptable to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. And the jealousy of Esau Edom, once he again still jealous because why? We couldn't get the kingdom of heaven. So that's why he had the same petrol hate since back then, being Cain and being Esau against his brother Jacob and against his brother Abel.
Yeah, because when he was Esau, like when he was Esau, what did you tell the Lord? When the Lord say, where is my brother Abel? What did you tell the Lord? Am I my brother's keeper?
Disrespectful.
You understand? That who is you down, man? And you the base man too.
Peace, man.
That you should rise up or speak against the Lord.
That's why the Lord said, because I pride.
I pride. You know, so that just show that since the Lord since back then, the Lord that's alright. You go ahead so you go ahead and fulfill prophecy and do what you're supposed to do. You know what the Lord how you doing, because the more you do is the more you fulfill prophecy. So
I don't say because the Lord could have destroyed America in one earthquake.
Long time.
One earthquake, the Lord could destroy America, but you want to do it perfect. That's why he said, your enemy shall come unto you one way, and I shall dispose of them
7 ways.
As he say long time, long rope for Magagot.
Long rope, hey, yeah, that's the term. Long rope for Magagot. And Esau being there Magagot, so hey, you go ahead. The Lord telling you go ahead. You go ahead. So yeah, it's on a long rope. So continuing in Numbers chapter 35 verse 33, and it read it say for blood it defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So that's a show the Lord actually telling you Esau Edom that the same blood, you know, that you shed on the innocent blood, you know, the Israelites, you shed the same blood which you can take your blood and cleanse the earth with. Because when I go back to the scripture, who's that coming from? Basra with his garments dipped in blood, you know. And as you always say, you know, you're gonna be like an abattoir. So that the freshness of your because you don't know Esau had a pig, the pigment skin. You know, when you kill a pig, you know all this fresh thick blood. That Esau blood. Can. Ooh. Yeah, but
right now the wine press is full of sin and godliness.
Can.
You understand?
Bring out the scripture, I said to bring out in Zechariah.
Yeah, 1 and 14. Not Zechariah, not Zechariah.
Zephaniah.
Because Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse
14. What?
Yeah, see, the great day of Yahweh is near.
What the Bible say?
The great day of Yahweh is near.
And that's what we heralding. Brothers all over the world just like us heralding that great day. Because we see the prophecies coming to pass. But
it is near and hasted greatly.
you see the prophecy say it is near and hasten greatly. But how is hastening? Through the men of the Lord. Every time we cry, the Lord say, you know what? I got to speed this thing up. I got to speed this thing up. That's why the scripture in Revelation 12:12 say, rejoice ye heaven and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because why the devil is coming down to you, having great wrath, because why? He know he have but a short time. You think Esau don't know that?
Yeah, in Revelation 8, when the Lord talk about the golden censer and the incense, they're talking about the prayers of the saints.
Count.
You understand? So when the prayers of the saints go up, the Lord is answer.
Yeah, because it's like, if the prayers of the saints, it's like, let me explain something, it's like a marriage union. And anytime, when you marry to this beautiful woman, and anything happens to that woman, she started to cry out to you. You know what's happened? She softened your heart. You'll do anything for that woman. And the bride of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which is the 144,000 men and the 1/3, when we cry out to the Lord, it brings, you know, he keeps the speed of the prophecy because he wants to be with his bride. So Esau, your time is at hand. Go ahead.
See, even though, yeah, see, it is near, it hasted greatly, even the voice of the day of Yahweh.
You see, who could soften the Lord's heart but the cries of Yasha Allah? He hear our cry and he say, you know what? I'm not going to leave them there. That's why the scripture say, Yaka quoted earlier on, he say, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my tongue cleave to the what? To the roof of my mouth, boy. I'm a wife, I can't forget she. Israel is like unto a company and delicate woman, not so?
Even say look at the days I will and see if they trust in me and I forsake.
Where that?
He said, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
He said the mighty men gonna cry there. But who's the mighty men? The mighty men is Putin, Joe Biden, and the elite.
Yeah,
so like
yeah,
the elite confederation, they're gonna cry bitterly. All they that have
We know.
so-called power in this demonic kingdom.
We know when I reach.
Well, anybody guys it. Well,
Yeah.
bring up your precept.
Look at Job chapter 14
Yeah.
and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined.
Seeing, wow, that's beautiful. Seeing his days are what?
Are determined.
Yeah, the Lord has numbered your kingdom, man. Your days are determined. Well,
The number of his months are with thee.
he said the number of the months are with thee. So every day we get up and cursing you out, we know the more we curse you out is the more your time getting limited. And we bracing for impact too. Because we know you're going to come down with, we know you, Esau, going to come down with everything you got. And the Lord is going to come down with everything. That's what it's going to be. And you know, you remember the cartoon Akim Satami? With, you remember the cartoon with Batman versus Superman? when he fella said this battle is going to be an epic battle.
Can I precept to close with that? Yeah?
Yeah. Last precept.
This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 2 verse 13.
Right.
It say, go and ye shall receive.
Go and what?
Go and ye shall receive.
Yeah.
It say, pray for a few days.
What we praying for?
Few days.
What we praying for?
Few days.
Few days, man. Few days.
Unto you that they may be shortened.
That the days may be what?
Shortened.
That the days may be shortened. He said for the elect's sake, he will shorten the days.
The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
Let's say prepare everything already. Understand everything that's prepared. He said it is your father's good will to give you the kingdom. You just gotta make it to the end.
Endure to the very end.
So with that,
go ahead,
we want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. You know, double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Rule Well.
Shalom.
Salutation to the acting pushing the truth in sincerity to the four corners of the earth, to the one to act what's so being obedient to the husband. You know, hope the video edifying to the spirit. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Akiams.